Hello, Scorpio. My name is Agatha, and this is your tarot reading for March 2017. This is a very general reading. If you like a personal prediction, please write to dunyazade@gmail.com, and I'd be delighted to work with you. This month of March 2017, it's going to be a 12-card reading. I'm going to use the astrological wheel. So the first card represents the first house, the second card represents the second house, and so on. Also, I've used, in your case, two decks. I've used the Mini Rider White and the Mini Connolly Tarot deck. I wanted to see if there were repeating cards, and there were not repeating cards. Also, there's no major arcana cards for you in March 2017, Scorpio. So that means that for the vast majority of Scorpios, the months of March might not be a very transformative months. I'm going to show you also, Scorpio, 6 symbols, and I'd like for you to pick one symbol, just one symbol. This way, this reading will be a bit more personal for you, okay? So the symbols are room, child, military person, house, lady, and cornucopia. So pick one symbol, okay? Just one. I'm going to shuffle, 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 shuffle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So let's begin, Scorpio. If you pick the symbol child, the first two cards are more relevant for you. In the first house, you got the Ace of Swords. So this is going to be, for some of you, a month where you are quite decisive in your actions. You are like you cut through the BS. You know exactly what you want to do, and you go and do it. And for some, there might be some sort of victory, or at least you feel, some victorious, somehow in some way, because there's the crown on the top of the sword. For others, there's maybe a new beginning in terms of school, in terms of college, something like that. For others, it could be that you're not afraid of speaking your truth. It could be that you're not afraid of defending yourself. You're not afraid of a fight. If you need to fight for something, you are ready. You are ready to fight for whatever you think it's right. Others, it could be a sudden illumination, a sudden epiphany, a sudden revelation. In the second house, the card that you got was the Three of Swords, which isn't a very positive card. So the second house is connected with your finances, with the money you earn. You feel cheated about the money you earn. You feel, depressed, sad. You feel like betrayed. Maybe you were told you were going to make a certain amount of money, and that turns out not to be true. You're not very happy with your salary, with the money that you bring home. If you pick the symbol military person, the next two cards are more relevant for you. In the third house, the card that you got is the Five of Swords. So there could be some sort of conflict with your siblings, or with a sibling, or with your neighbors, or with the mechanic who repairs your car, if you need your car to be repaired. Others might be seeing you, if you speak the way you speak, maybe they think you being very aggressive, and you being very hurtful and very sarcastic, because again, this is from a need of you, Scorpio, to defend yourself. So if you need to say a certain type of words, you will say them. I mean, if you feel hurt, if you feel that you need to protect yourself, you might say things that might be very hurtful. And others might leave you because of that, might choose not to have a relationship, or not to speak to you again, if they see you as very hurtful. Or it could be the other way around. Someone is being hurtful to you, towards you, is having like a fight with you, and you are the one who decides, like, you know what, to hell with these people, and I'm going to stop talking to them. Now, this could be neighbors, this could be siblings, or it could be your speech, the way you speak, the way you address others. It could be seen as very hurtful. In the fourth house, the card that came out for you was the Ten of Cups. connected with your home and family life, everything is fine, I would say. Maybe some might have like some sort of conflict with a sibling or with siblings, but in your most immediate family, the family with whom you connect every day, I would say maybe the family you've created, husband, wife, kids, everything is fine. And you feel fantastic every time you're home. At least in March 2017, you feel happy and glad and full of contentment every time you're home, with it, anytime you are with your family. At least everything seems fine in that department. Moving on, Scorpio, if you picked the symbol house, the next two cards are more relevant for you. In the 5th house, the card that came out, Scorpio, was the 7 of Swords. So this could be someone who's lying. Now, it could be a boyfriend or a girlfriend who's not telling you something, or is actually deceiving you, actively deceiving you. Could be he or she might be having an affair if you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend and if you're not living with anyone. Yes, it could be that. Or it could be you. You are the one who's lying to your boyfriend or girlfriend, or even to your spouse. And you might be the one who's having an affair. I don't know what it is, okay? So I'm giving all possible hypotheses, all possibilities. Now, you could be lying to a romantic interest, or a romantic interest might be lying to you for positive reasons. Let's say that he or she is preparing a surprise for you. Maybe that's why they're not saying everything. If it's not, maybe this is why they are hiding something. If it's not your boyfriend, girlfriend, romantic interest, it could be your kids. Maybe one of your children is lying and deceiving you, telling you one thing and the truth is another. Or maybe it's you. You're not telling the whole truth to your kids or to a child of yours. If it's not that, it could be that maybe you are creating something. Maybe you are working on a book or in some sort of creative project. It could even be an app or something like that. And you are doing it in secrecy, okay? You are like keeping this creative project a secret. In the 6th house, the card that came out for you was the 3 of Cups. The 6th house is connected with health and work, in everyday routines. I would say that maybe you're celebrating with your colleagues something. Because of other cards, I would say that maybe some of you are celebrating the fact that you all got a raise. Maybe not a very big one, but it's something. Or maybe some of you have been promoted or will be promoted, and maybe you're celebrating that with your colleagues. And your colleagues are more than just your colleagues. They're like your friends. You made friends in your workplace. So you're celebrating something with your colleagues. Or it could be I'm sorry. Something to do with your health. Maybe you got good news this month in March 2017, Scorpio, and you're celebrating the fact that you got good news connected with your health. Maybe there's some sort of health issue and it is healed in March 2017. In a less positive way, it could be that this card is telling you that you should not, if you go out with your colleagues after work and you go out and drink, maybe you're drinking too much, maybe you're spending way too much time with your colleagues, maybe you're drinking too much with them, and maybe you're going to a bar or something like that. Maybe that's not good for you in terms of your health. Moving on, Scorpio, if you picked the symbol Lady, the next two cards are going to be a bit more relevant for you. In the 7th house, you got the Queen of Wands. So the 7th house is connected with your spouse, with your long-term partner. It's also the house of contracts and the house of the second child. Boy or girl, it doesn't matter. So it could be that your spouse, at least in March 2017, doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman, because this is a very general reading, he or she is really popular, is really magnetic, is really sexy. Everyone is like looking at them, at your spouse, at your long-term partner, and maybe you're a bit jealous because of that. Or maybe they are promoted to a leadership role because they are very talented and they're very charismatic. It could be that. If it's not that, maybe it's your kid, it's your second child, and he or she might be the one who's very sexy, who's being very charismatic, who's being promoted. Maybe that's the thing that they are hiding from you, that one of your children or your child is hiding from you, the fact that he or she is being promoted, you know, or he's being very to a leadership role, or is really successful. This could also be you signing up, something to do with contracts, okay? So maybe you're signing up a new contract connected with your work life, and maybe the person, the leader, your boss, is telling you one thing, and maybe you're kind of persuaded by him or her. Is being very, or she is being very persuasive. Maybe they're not telling you the whole story, okay? But maybe whatever you're signing, it's like another step for you to become a leader eventually. Maybe you are a leader. It could be that maybe you're signing up a new contract, but maybe some of you have added responsibilities but not much money. Maybe you're being told, oh, you're gonna have a raise, but you're not being told how much. It could be something like $50 or something like that. In the 8th house, the card that came out was the Knight of Pentacles. So the 8th house is the house connected with sex, with legacies, with inheriting something is the 8th house. Also with share finances. There's a bit more money, I would say, in March 2017, Scorpio. Maybe it's from you. Maybe you actually are getting a raise, but it's not all that much. If it's not you, maybe it's your spouse, your long-term partner, and maybe you can save. Both of you can save a little bit more money, but it's not a lot. Maybe it's something like, I don't know, $50, 50 euros, 50 quid, something like that. Not really a lot. Or it could be that you finally get an inheritance of some kind, but at least you get the message that you'll be getting an inheritance, but it won't be a lot. It will not be enough for you to change your life. It will be a little bit, but not that much. In terms of your, intimate life, because the 8th house is connected with sex. In terms of your intimate life, things are boring. Things are not, advancing. Things are just, same old. There's not. Things are just a bit boring, at least in March 2017. Moving on, Scorpio, if you picked the symbol cornucopia, then the next two cards are more relevant for you. In the 9th house, you got the Page of Wands. So this could be, some of you might be getting a message saying that you've been accepted to a college. I hope so. Others, it could be like a message of you not getting accepted, but a message that is sent to you connected with your university, or with your university studies, or with your college. Your college sends some sort of message to you. Others, it could be a message that you get connected with law, connected with the court case, Another way of reading this card, it could be some of you might be studying, something connected with astrology, with tarot, with runes, something like that. You buy a book of that and you start studying it. Another way of interpreting the Page of Wands, it could be like a message from your in-laws. Your in-laws send you a message, and this message could be that a child has been born, or a child will be born in March, because March is connected with Taurus, but also Aries. So a child might be born in March 2017, and that is the message from your in-laws. The 10th house, you got the Ace of Pentacles. These are new beginnings connected with your profession, with your career. So some of you might be getting more money, yes, but not necessarily a lot. Others, it could be a brand new job, a brand new career, a brand new profession. It could be that, not necessarily. For others, it could be new added responsibilities. You're having new responsibilities and duties connected with your career. But this is like planting a seed, because you're learning something new that will maybe in the future will give you more possibilities. So that will help you in the future to advance and be promoted in your career. Moving on, if you picked the symbol room, the next two cards are more relevant for you, Scorpio. In the 11th house, you got the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords might represent someone this could be a man or a woman, because this is a very general reading, in his or her late 30s or after the age of 40, from a air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. This is a very non-emotional person. This person just looks at the facts and looks at the data, and he or she is very analytical and very frank, very honest about what he or she thinks or what he or she believes. Maybe this person is, a lawyer, that he or she knows about law. Maybe you're talking, and this is a friend of yours. Maybe your friend is telling you exactly what he or she thinks. Maybe you ask an opinion of this friend. Can be a man or a woman, doesn't matter. And he or she is tells you things as they are. Just goes immediately to the facts. Maybe he or she isn't very empathic, isn't very nice, but is a bit too honest. But maybe that's what you ask of him or her. If you're asking advice of this person, this person could be a lawyer, and maybe you got a message connected with a court case, and you go to this person who knows a lot about law and you ask for his or her opinion. Another way of reading this card, the 11th house is also connected with long-term projects, long-term plans. So you are planning out something that you want to achieve a few years from now, and you're being very analytical, you're being very intelligent, you're being very smart, and you stick to the facts, and you know that in order for you to accomplish, I don't know, let's just say something like you want to be promoted in 3 years' time to a certain type of position, and so you are like detailing the first year and the second year and the third year. Maybe that's why you're going to college, okay? Maybe that's the reason you're going to college. Moving on, some of you, not all. In the 12th house, the 12th house is connected with that which is hidden, that sometimes it comes to light, other times it doesn't, something that you're not aware of. You have the 7 of Wands. 7 of Wands is a card of conflict, even though it's not shown here. To me, I think that on a unconscious, subconscious level, you know that there will be some sort of conflict during March 2017, where you have to defend yourself. And you in a subconscious manner, you are preparing for that. You're already preparing to defend your values, to defend your principles, to defend whatever you believe in. So you're prepared. It's like your soul, your unconscious knows. Intuitively, like part of you knows without knowing that you'll have to prepare, and there will be some sort of conflict during March 2017, Scorpio. But you'll have the tools. You'll be prepared to defend yourself. Okay. So that's it, Scorpio. This is the reading that I have for you for March 2017. This is a very general reading. If you like a private consultation, please send an email to dunyazade@gmail.com, and I'll be delighted to work with you. Bye-bye.